I've talked about how everyone keeps saying that I'm not participating in my treatment, but like everyone's not participating in my treatment except for me, like my mental health treatment from the court. Like what they always do is like they read a piece of paper like, do you feel suicidal? Do you ever this? And like if I actually try to engage in a conversation, they don't do it. So like when I try to get these people to talk to me about this video I made that proves that I'm a sex trafficking victim, do I think they want to go on the record with me as having an opinion about the video? And that's why no one in Colorado will admit to me that they can see that my size is wrong, because they all don't want to go on the record. Like they're afraid of saying, yeah, I mean, I do know that I do see that like in this pic, clearly your size is wrong. Like you're not you were a kid. Like maybe the picture's not from Texas. Well, it's in a stack of pictures from Texas. Well, I don't know what to tell you because it looks like it's wrong. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm not investigating this. Like that's what someone that like is like a sane person might say. But in Colorado, like you try to show them like evidence that you're a sex trafficking victim, and it's like, we're going to diagnose you with schizophrenia now. Or like you get punched in the face. Or like everyone hates you. Everyone starts calling you a pedophile. Or like anything. Like you have no idea what it's like to like try to tell someone. That's why like I have to constantly like tell myself, you need to talk about this. You need to tell people. They don't want you to tell people. Like there's censorship bubbles on the internet. In real life, you need to talk to people. You need to show them evidence because it's there. Someone's not a sex trafficker around here. There are people around here that aren't child molesters. Like I know they're out there. I know people don't like child molesters. They need to know. So let's think about this for a second. Like, what is the treatment for a delusional person? Like a person that's like not full delusional disorder. Like, what's the treatment for a delusional disorder in a logical person? A person who can think logically. Well, it'd be logically speaking to them about the situation. It's talking to them. It's going through the video and going, well, like, I don't think you're that much shorter than you think in that picture. I mean, you were 16. I mean, you look skinnier, clearly. I mean, clearly you're a lot bigger now. I mean, you have gone up in weight a lot. I mean, you've been staying at home a lot. Like, a normal psychiatrist would address the delusion. They will have a conversation. The last thing they're afraid of is having a conversation about the delusion. Like, do the psychiatrists in Colorado ever talk about the delusions ever? Well, no. They're like I can't talk to them about it. Like, I talk to them about it, they go silent. Why do you think that you haven't grown up and gotten a job and started acting like an adult? You literally wrote down that freaking question. Who wrote down that question for you? You're reading every question. That's the one you read off the paper? I mean, I'm just saying, like, but you won't engage in an actual conversation with me. Like I told my probation officer that. Like I was like, you lean in and you talk to me. I gave her a week and I'm going to talk to her today about it, about the video. And like my guess is that like she has a plan. Like she's too like normal to probably like not be like, well, we're not doing the investigation. Probation doesn't do the investigation. Like the police do the investigation. Like that's what a normal person would say. Well, I made a video and it got censored. I'm leaving my probation officer's office. She says, after a week of me having your YouTube video about your age being changed by sex traffickers and you proving that your age is wrong, she's not allowed to look at the evidence. She has a firewall on her computer at work. She'd have to look at it at home. She's not allowed to look at it at home. And so everyone in Colorado's law enforcement has a computer. You know what she told me? I don't really do the internet, is literally what she tells me. Yeah. And she has a firewall. And she'll talk to her boss and see if her boss will let her look at the video next week. You'll talk to your boss when you think that there's a tiny possibility that little girls in this community that are very small kids think they're adults because people are trying to turn them into prostitutes so they can have sex with little kids in your community. She can't take 5 minutes out of her time. But the police, no, that's not true. No, your Royal Archers Lane's from the 90s is all they'll ever tell me. They've never told me anything about like watching my videos. Like I ask them to, they can't see it. She tells me the psychiatrist if you meet the diagnosis criteria for delusional disorder, she doesn't actually have to go watch your video to see if that specific delusion is real or not. She can say that you have delusional disorder and she can prescribe you meds. She does not have to watch that video, is what she said to me. So, like, I told her, I was like, well, you guys can drug me until I'm off probation and then I'm out of here. And like, I mean, of course, drug me. So counting my probation officer today, how many people have told me that they don't really do internet? 2 police officers from Pueblo, one from SWAT and one in the Pueblo jail. I don't know how many people in Pueblo I've told that about the sex trafficking. Probably like, I told like 6 or 7 sheriffs. Mandy, well, my old probation officer, I'm pretty sure she told me she what she said is she's not allowed to. Like, she's not allowed to go to my social media page. She's not allowed to check on me. Like, the firewall says that she's not allowed to, the person who monitors people isn't allowed to, like, look into people that they're monitoring. Like, is the legal system in Colorado Springs. But, like, so, like, yeah, I mean, like, I think, like, I've probably had, I don't know, but generally the reaction to me trying to show someone evidence about me being a sex trafficking victim is like, oh, don't show me. Like if I try to show evidence that I'm being that like my communications are censored, that all these girls are like mad about the censorship. No, I don't want to look at that. Even my own lawyer like won't look at evidence that I'm trying to show her. So like I have this video on my YouTube right now at Glass Roads. That is like proves my age was changed by sex traffickers. No one in Colorado is allowed to see it. Like all the law enforcement, we're not allowed to look at it. Like, and I think that's because they're all like, they have a lawyer that says like, don't tell them you've seen it, because like I wanted her to be able to say that she's seen it, and she doesn't agree that I want her to say I'm delusional after she's seen it, because like I want everyone to know who's a child molester. Who's organized crime. Tell me I'm delusional after you see that. All my followers will know you're a sex trafficker then. Like, all you have to do is say you've seen it. And like, I mean, that's the true situation there is, all I want to do is be able to tell people that you've seen it so that they know you molest children. So like I said, I made a video that got deleted. Like someone just hacked me and made sure I couldn't make that video, which was actually good. Now you get to hear like crap videos. And like, I don't understand, like, I give you a week to see a video, and it's one video, and, like, granted, the other probation officer told me that, like, no one gives a shit about me, that, like, I think I'm important, no one even cares about me at all, and clearly, like, the 12 police officers I tried to talk to about my age being changed by sex traffickers, like, while I was in jail, like, I talked to, like, every police officer about it, and she says that, like, clearly, like, they won't look into it. They won't go see the evidence I'm trying to show them. Don't show me. I'm not going to look at that, is literally what they say. I'm not a detective. And then the probation officer, don't show me. Well, no, I'm not allowed to see that. I'll ask what I'll do is I'll ask my supervisor if I'm allowed to watch it during my work hours next week. She'll probably say no, I have a feeling. I know your supervisor. I don't, but I know who she is. I know what she's like. Where no one's allowed to watch any evidence he's trying to give us about him being a sex trafficking victim. We have to drug him against his will. We have to do terrible things to him. We have to act like the police did not beat him up while he was handcuffed. We have to act like he's not injured because the police beat him up while he was handcuffed. Because if he is a sex trafficking victim and we actually see the evidence, then we need to accept that our police officers will beat someone up because they're trying to stop sex traffickers. Because they're trying to stop people who trick little kids into thinking that they're dumb, because that little kid will think they have no other option. They need to be a prostitute. I'm getting so old already. All the guys aren't gonna like me. Like I'm already like 22. Like I know like my best years are behind me. They're actually 7. We can't look at that evidence. I think that a psychiatrist might say, I know you're delusional. You cling to your delusions because you have a picture of Shauna Ray's twin, and she's asking you for, or she's saying, she's trying to get your attention. She's trying to let you know that she's a little person. on the internet, and you can see this picture where it shows that your age has been changed by sex traffickers. I know you believe that. I know you believe your delusion. But you've taught me that like a shared delusion is not a delusion. Like Christianity is not a delusion. Like the belief that, well, Jesus actually didn't speak any of the languages from the Bible. Like he spoke the Galilean dialect. Yeah, like you don't even know what his name is. It was Yeshua. Yeah, it's not in the Bible, but the name that everyone knows isn't in the Bible. Apparently it's in the Hebrew Bible, in the Old Testament, but it's not in the New Testament at all. But then he didn't have that name. But that technically isn't a delusional person because it's a shared delusion which does not count. But what you're saying is that no one shares my delusion that those girls look the same, and no one shares my delusion that I found this picture with a stack of pictures that shows that I was tiny when I was 16 years old from Texas, and no one shares the delusion that I found my dad at the Little League World Series, and my brother can't remember what year he played in the Little League World Series, but I can tell you what year my brother was born, 1981, and his name's Mormon. So you can go find my brother in the Little League World Series. That's what I remember is my brother played in the Little League World Series, not me. But I found myself. And so, like the way that my psychiatrist behaved yesterday, it was kind of like, I'm having you arrested. Because I told her, like, just so you know, like, I will talk about you constantly on the internet. I won't say your name, but like I will talk about you for drugging me against my will. Like, I mean, legally, like, how in the world can a psychiatrist go, well, I mean, the court system's legally forcing you to do something. You're not allowed to tell anyone that that's happening to you. Like, you're not going to say my name? No. You're not allowed to tell people that we're doing this. Okay? Well, because they might have seen that picture. And they know that you ignored it. And they might have seen the video where I proved that my age was changed by sex traffickers like 20 times. And they know that you've seen it too. And if they know that you've seen it too, and you're force drugging me in a way that the drugs are harming me that much physically, you're hurting my physical health. Because you're saying that person's delusional, you don't agree with that video, you might want to see it. Like, I'm someone that thinks, oh, you have to make sure I see it. If I of course, I actually believe in the Hippocratic Oath. Like, you do no harm. You can't like try to harm me, because so I view myself as someone who's very skilled in the field of behavioral health. Like, I know a lot about it for someone without a degree. So say that someone comes into me and I'm a psychiatrist and I'm an expert. Like, I know that there's like a 25% chance that antipsychotics will have a good effect. They will decrease symptoms. Or is it 33%? 1 in 3 chance. But there's a 66% chance that this person's going to have very negative effects. And there's almost 100% chance that the person will have weight gain problems. But a guy comes in and he has no negative adverse symptoms whatsoever. And he weighs 245 pounds. So you look at him and you go, all right, so, because that's how much I weighed today. You don't understand, I've gained so much weight. Because the police beat me up while I was handcuffed. And then the police handcuffed me for a long time, even though they knew I was injured. And then a guy attacked me when I was in jail, and he's getting 3rd-degree assault charges. You know, I got a letter about it. So, I've been hurt for a long time. Like, I can't exercise and stuff, so I've gained weight. So, like, they know that I'll get up to like 270 pounds. But if you're a behavioral health expert, you know what? Your physical health is your behavioral health. There's nothing more important than your physical health in like helping your mental health, because if you feel good physically, you'll be healthy. But she wants to increase my weight by 10 to 20 pounds because she's going to stop me from thinking that I was small when I was 16 years old. She's going to stop me from thinking that that's Shauna Ray's twin. And the moment I mention sex trafficking, I think we might just go with the schizophrenia diagnosis with you. Like, and that's the real situation there, where like I get diagnosed with schizophrenia because I mentioned sex trafficking, and they're trying to help my mental health by hurting my physical health, so that I won't have delusions. But the probability of like my delusions actually going away is like pretty close to 0%. Like, even if you can, like, if you're saying that I'm going to stop hearing hallucinations, which I don't have. I'm not hearing things. I'm not seeing things. then like you're like, it's like no one will ever believe she's not a sex trafficker now. Like, and that's the thing. Like, your reaction to someone telling you something is, could you please watch a video where I prove that my age was changed by sex traffickers? Well, I think it sounds like we're going with schizophrenia with you. It sounds like this is more of a schizophrenia situation now. So you're retaliating against me for mentioning that I'm a sex trafficking victim. Yeah, I'm overweight big time. Because police beat me up. And that's the thing. I can't take care of my physical health. I don't think it's very difficult to figure out how serious of a situation we're in. We're in a society that's so censored that no one knows the name of the person that's like the number one person for their religion. That guy's religion. No one can know the name. The person from the religion, make sure you can't know the name of Jesus. And that you can't know there are secret books of the Bible. Like I just found a secret book of the Bible that's literally in the oldest Bible. It's called Logos, and it helped me translate the entire Bible. And it's got the gamma scratched out because it's not a gamma, it's a cough. And I understand what it means because it says read the Logos. And this group of people in Washington, D.C., they talk about Jesus, right? Like their agenda is Jesus, right? They're the Republicans especially, right? Like I showed how they were trying to trick everyone into thinking that like it's like that common for people to be transgender now because everyone's becoming transgender because they're woke. Like it's like the new thing, everyone's kind of transgender, and like they're like making sure that everyone feels like they're in danger from trans people, like in the gym bathrooms by controlling trans AIs and fake liberal AIs. They're faking like they're liberal people, and they're not liberal people. They're computers. They're liberals that are written by Donald Trump and by Elon Musk. Like I have proved that. And but I can't talk publicly to people because like these people can censor the media that much, and like they can kill people that much, and they have released biological weapons. Like they are actively trying to kill a very large percentage of the world, while the Americans don't know that their own government is trying to kill people right now with like COVID-19. Like they don't know that the world knows what's happening. Like they're having deaths because the Americans are trying to kill them with a biological weapon. Like they know that, and the Americans don't know that the rest of the world knows that. Because of a censorship situation where we don't know the name of Izu. Like we can't get through the censorship. Like these are from like June. Like those pictures are from June where like people were trying to get through the censorship that long ago. Like, you know what my brother tells me today? He goes, you had 6 views on your video. And you know what I think my psychiatrist thought when she saw my video? Because I told her to go look at this video that proves that I'm a sex trafficking victim. It shows that my age was changed by 14 years. You know what I think she thought? Well, it has 0 views. It doesn't matter if like what the video says. It has 0 views. And I think that's like kind of what the legal system has constantly told me is you have 0 views. And like no one knows who you are. I promise. Like you don't matter. My probation officer told me, she's like, you don't matter. You think you matter. Like no one, you do not matter. Like you have a grandiose problem. You have a problem with grandioso behavior. So, is this a serious situation?